Arizona collects $76 million. How did they do it? That's what we're talking about in this episode of Watching the Watchers. There's a joke that we as criminal defense lawyers have when it comes to police. We say they're not out to serve and protect, they're out to tax collect. This article from the Arizona Republic, written by Andrew Oxford, published on September 24th, 2019, seems to indicate that's a big part of what law enforcement does in Arizona. The article is entitled, Arizona Collected $76 million in fees on things like speeding tickets. In reality, it's a little bit more than just speeding tickets. There's surcharges on criminal cases, civil fines, penalties, forfeitures, anything from traffic violations. We've seen in our experience in courts all over Arizona, prosecution fees. It just never ends. It just keeps going and going and going. Prosecutors and courts impose fees on virtually everything. And we see this a lot out of the city courts, places like Tempe and Scottsdale. They'll tack on charges. So here's an example from the article on what it looks like. A fine can be $100. We see this specifically out of Tempe. But they'll say the $100 turns into $222 because of all of the different additions. A $78 surcharge, a $44 fee, that equals $222. So the fee, the fine, the actual penalty can almost double or triple or quadruple depending on the court, depending on the different fines, depending on the crimes. So where does the money go? So Andrew here does a very good job of detailing that. Let me just give you a little taste. I encourage you to read the full article, of course, but here's just a little bit of taste. So 40%, 42% of the surcharges will go to the Criminal Justice Enhancement Fund, whatever that is. 13% for the Medical Services Enhancement Fund. Some of that goes to emergency medical services, substance abuse. 7% goes to the county attorneys, indigent defense, the Attorney General, forensic laboratories. Another 6% to the forensics funds. Scottsdale Police Department, DPS, 10% to the Clean Elections Funds. So the money is kind of going back to the same agencies who do some of the enforcement. The forensics fund surcharges that goes to DPS, Phoenix PD, Tucson PD, Mesa PD, Scottsdale PD, and then so on and so forth. There's public safety funds. There's a prison construction fund. There's a victims compensation fund. It's everywhere. They're collecting money all the time. So when you think that you're getting picked on for no reason, when you're stopped by the police for something stupid, like a wide right turn or an unsafe lane change or something to that effect, and you think, man, don't these cops have something better to do with their time? Shouldn't they be out there enforcing and fighting real crime and real criminals and whatnot? Well, you can see there's a lot of money. There's a lot of incentive here for law enforcement to stop you for these stupid types of offenses because it's big money. $76 million collected in the year 2018 alone. Probably just going to go up and up and up. Politicians and judges and prosecutors, everybody likes to be tough on crime so that they can collect almost $100 million a year from you, the average everyday citizen. Are they out there serving and protecting, or are they out there tax collecting? Leave that up for you to decide. Thanks for tuning in on this episode of Watching the Watchers. Hit subscribe. Watching the Watchers is something that we do to bring you news on police, law enforcement, prosecutors, judges, politicians, anybody out there who is watching. We're watching the Watchers. So again, thanks for tuning in. Do not forget to hit subscribe. Till the next one, thanks for watching.